and Football Club Barcelona have done it again. Barcelona 3, Levante 2. Now listen, there are a couple of important things that we have to discuss in this game. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the player ratings, the good that happened in this game, and obviously the horrendous bad thing that we must not do later on in the season. Now to all of the haters that we know have been talking straight doo-doo, they do have to realize that we do have the best midfielder in the world in Pedri. 100%. And we also have a guy that goes by the name of LAMINE YAMAL, the best player in the world. So what happens in this game that literally was mind-boggling, had my blood boiling in moments? We can just start off with the beginning of the game, like when Marcus Rashford's stamp got his first start for FC Barcelona. Now look at here. What I noticed with Rashford is that there was a possession where Balde was pressing one of the players on Levante, and Rashford stood there looking at the player when he could have completely pressed to get the ball. Rashford has a little bit of problems when it comes to his pressing tendencies. I ain't gonna lie. He needs to fix up on that. But overall, I did like the pace that he brings on the left wing. Although we didn't get too many great chances in the first half to really score with Rashford, I still like what he brings to the table, giving us more different ways to attack. Now, Araujo is looking better in the center back position, but I still have not forgiven him yet for what he has done for the past 2 seasons. He's gonna have to completely just clamp up like a madman for me to forgive him for his mistakes for Barca so far. But it seems like he's getting a little bit better with the defensive abilities for the squad. Now, Kubarsi, I'm not gonna lie, this game, it looked like you watched a full season of Lost. It looked like just before the game started, you were listening to Frank Ocean. Now you're lost. Oh my goodness, because you were lost. When that player completely juked you there, I was hurt because I'm like, where are you going, Kubarsi? And they scored. That was how they scored the first goal. Now, we know FC Barcelona loves to play the high line, which makes you on your damn toes the whole time you're watching the game. This is why they're literally the best club to watch in the world. Every game is just lovely to watch. Either they score so many goals or they concede and come back. And this is one of them games where they conceded and came back. But the full breakdown is the part where I was talking about my blood was boiling in a moment, because Alejandro Balde, although he didn't have the best game, he had his arm locked into his body. The ball hits his arm. For me, looking at that, I know what that is, gotta be a natural position. But for some odd reason, this referee, when he went to the VAR, supposedly, allegedly, I don't know if he went to the VAR or if he went to go snort a quick cocaine to get high out of his mind to make that horrible decision. I ain't gonna lie, because that was bull drive. He comes back and gives the penalty for Levante. Morales takes his penalty, and it was kind of a bad pen, but he still ended up scoring, so it is what it is. But you see, the two most important players on the team, that if they're not there, the team will completely collapse. Let's start off with the one and only Pedri. Early on, LAMINE YAMAL makes a simple pass to Pedri, and he rockets that ball like it's a damn rocket ship flying up in there. That's how fast that ace went. Super speed, top bins. I was like, yeah, Pedri. Oh my goodness, it was lovely. And from that point forward, I knew, oh, it's a comeback team for sure, for sure. Even though I already believe we're gonna make the comeback, no matter how many goals somebody scores on FC Barcelona, we will come back. It's only up to us, really. And so after that screamer from Pedri, LAMINE YAMAL was making a few of those Trivela beautiful passes that look like a delicious hot cinnamon bun. Delicious. That's how beautiful those passes look. But this time, Raphinha makes a beautiful cross in, and Ferran the Man Torres gets onto it. Now, I have a few things to say about Ferran the Man. I'll get to those when we do the player rating. And all this happened, although Rashford played pretty decent, Hansi Flick had to make some changes, and he took off Rashford right away and took off the damn Marc Casado. Had to get up out of there, bro. Frankie de Jogger and Marc Casado cannot be put in the same position. Frankie de Jogger did not play this game, and they decided to think Casado can fill in Frankie de Jogger's shoes. Stop it. He put on Gavai, and Gavai did a much better job for my liking. And so then later on down the line, we get to the 90th minute, and I'm like, oh, we have this in the bag. We know what to do. This is FC Barcelona, the greatest club in history. We will find a way. And what does LAMINE YAMAL do? He sends in that cross, all them dangerous crosses he always does every game. And this time, Lewandowski and Ferran the Man are pressing the defense. One of the defenders couldn't do anything properly there and heads the ball into the back of the net, giving us that goal in the 90th minute, man. For a second, I thought I was getting my feet rubbed. It was unbelievable. A great sigh of relief. Because I know I was going to be getting a whole bunch of messages from them damn Madrid fans thinking, oh, you guys drew, you guys drew. Nope. 3 points. Simple. Now, the player ratings are very important for this game. We'll start off with the goalkeeper, then work our way up. So with Jean Garcia, our new keeper, I'm not gonna lie, he makes some crazy saves sometimes. Looking at the player rating right here, they gave him a 5.5. Now, do I think he had a 5.5 performance? It's simply because he let in 2 goals, but a lot of the goals he let in, most keepers can't really save. Like the first goal, the attacker was 2 centimeters away from the net. He's gonna score. And then the second goal was a penalty. So a lot of chances that Levante could have scored again. Garcia was making some beautiful saves. Great positioning, great animation. animations, all of that. We love to see it. I would give him like a 7. The right back, Garcia. Now for me, obviously there's a reason why Julius Koundé is our starting right back, but right now he's recovering and he came back into the game looking obviously way better to me. They gave Garcia an 8.1. For me, I would give him a solid 6.8. I feel like he doesn't link as well with Yamal as well as Koundé does. Araujo, they gave him a 5.7 right here. Now look, I watched him play. He does make some mistakes sometimes. Still with the high line, there was times where he still kept some people onside. Like he still doesn't have that mastered. I would have to give Araujo a 7.2. Now what about Kubarsi? Now, Kubarsi, I think he had a pretty bad game today. Got juked, got unnecessary yellow cards. He wasn't moving the best today. He's definitely a solid player, but this game was not his day. I honestly would give Kubarsi. They gave him here a 5.7. I would give him a 5.5, yes. Alejandro Balde. Now, he's all over the pitch a lot of times. He be moving forward, going back on defense. He made a sliding tackle to almost stop the ball. To stop the ball, but then they got the chance anyways because of that BS nonsensical penalty. But overall, he still didn't really have the best game. His passes weren't perfect. They weren't the best. He made a good amount of mistakes. I still think he's a great left back, but this game, he just wasn't the best. Now, they gave him a 3.5 here. I think that's a little crazy. I'm gonna say he gets like a 5.6. Mark Casado. Now, I think this Casado guy thinks he's a center back because this guy was just, I'm like, what is he doing? Now, some people might be thinking, oh no, he was pretty decent. When I watched Frankie the Jugger play and then I'm seeing Casado, no. Casado, I'm not gonna lie. As soon as Hansi Flick subbed him off, it felt like the car was on park and you were trying to accelerate. It's not happening. But as soon as you put Gavai into the game, oh, you switch the gears to drive. Now you can accelerate and move. But Casado was not it, man. Hopefully he gets way less minutes now and we only play Frankie the Jugger and Gavai, and that's what would be proper. Casado, you gotta be like the backup last resort. Now Pedri. Honestly, it's just a beautiful sight to see, really. It's a beauty, really. Pedri is unbelievable. The best midfielder in the world, stamping it, man. This guy's crazy. From that beautiful top corner pass to his dribbling ability, being able to do a little bit of that twist and turn. This guy can twist and turn all over the pitch. Shifty, makes the defenders not know where to go. He's unbelievable how composed he is on the ball. They gave Pedri a 9.9 rating. Oh, by the way, I'm giving Casado a 4.2. They gave Pedri a 9.9 rating. For me, I'm giving Pedri a 10 for sure. He basically had a perfect game. He man of the match for sure, and he helped us get back into the game with that spark goal. Now, what about Lamine Yamal? Listen, man, Lamine Yamal was absolutely great. There were some times where that left back that was defending him was really trying to stop him from cutting inside. Sometimes he would cut outside, but when Yamal would try to cut inside, that guy was doing a decent job of stopping him sometimes. But he was still struggling with Lamine Yamal's amazing technical dribbling ability because there's only so much you can do. But on the stat sheet, he only has 1 assist, but basically 2 assists from that crossing for the last second goal. At one point in the game, Lamine Yamal made a guy touch the earth's core. He fell down to the ground and tried to recover. Baked. So he was just tremendous. It is what it is. For me, 9.3. But they gave him an 8.3. Now what about Raphinha? Now overall, Raphinha is the type of guy that his shot power ability and his shot accuracy is very dangerous. They don't really give him a lot of chances to shoot. But when he does, there's a good chance it can go in because he's so dangerous with the shot. But overall, him getting past players, dribbling through, it's just not his type of play style from all the games I've watched of Raphinha. And in this game, he wasn't really doing much of that either, but he did have some dangerous shots. There was one shot that he took that got deflected, that was about to go in, and that damn Levante keeper must have been like the most lucky goalkeeper in history. It was insane. Before the game, he must have done some type of voodoo to hopefully increase his luck, because this was crazy. But Raphinha nearly scored, and it was nice. In this game, I would give Raphinha probably just a solid 8. He was not too crazy, but he wasn't garbage at all. Now, Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford in this game, he made some good runs, showed great promise, but I don't think the chemistry is fully there with the team yet to where he can just completely thrive. I think he needs a little bit more time to bake into the squad, but he's still a very great piece and addition to the squad. There was moments where Marcus Rashford was coming down the left-hand side like, ooh, I was like, whoa, this is nice. But then after a while, maybe he got a little tired because he was getting a little bit more lazy, but he has promise. They give him a 7.8. I would give him a cool 7.4. Ferran the Man Torres. Now look, they gave him a 9.4 here. For me, I'm only gonna rate him this because there were chances where he should have scored. Like there was one chance where he had an easy shot to hit him with a finesse like Messi, but he blasted it like a madman and hit the crossbar. And I didn't really like that, man. You gotta finish those chances. That annoyed me. And I was thinking in that moment, like, yo, Lewandowski is definitely scoring that. And that's what I was thinking also, like, can he really be our starting striker consistently if he's doing that? I mean, he still ended up scoring a goal this game, but he has to pay attention to that and be more clinical in those moments. But overall, he did play solid. I would just give him a solid 9. Gavai coming in, he played pretty decent. I'll give him a cool 7.2. Dani Olmo caused a good amount of havoc. I would give him like a 7.5. Lewandowski, he didn't play too much to really give him a rating. So like he just came in to cause more attacking threat, which he did a pretty good job in. Like we were supposed to get a damn penalty, but you know what they do? They don't go to VAR for us, huh? They did it for Levante where Balde's arm is there. But for us, no VAR. Oh, Lewandowski didn't get fouled. No, they called the foul beforehand. Nonsensity. Bull drive. I almost crashed. Christensen, he did a great job coming in. I felt like he's actually a very good centre back. Doesn't make many mistakes, composed. I would give him like in this game a 7.5. And Julius Koundé just showing that he is 100% our starting right back. Right away had a chance to score a goal. Now he did miss it. At least put it on target, buddy. But I'm gonna say Julius Koundé was nice. He didn't play much, but cool, solid 7. I'm gonna say a 7.7. Let me know what y'all think about this Barca game. Who was the issues? What were the issues with the squad? What were the great things you witnessed? Why Pedri is the best midfielder in the world and there's no debate anymore currently? Let me know your thoughts. Yeah.